So let us try out the third type of reaction, and this will be dissociation, type 3. Equilibria involving dissociation. So when we talk about dissociation, generally we mean that larger molecules like PCl5 get fragmented to smaller molecules. Okay, so PCl5 reversibly breaks down to give PCl3 and Cl2. So at T equal to 0, let us say the concentration of PCl5 is C. Yeah, directly concentration to a low loisu. Agor duta je reaction loisilu, I mean number of moles loisilu. Yat ami concentration loisu. So initially there are no products. Arambhonit kuno product nai. So we are going to put dash. When the reaction undergoes equilibrium, let us say out of C, some fraction of C is getting dissociated. Now, what is the meaning of this alpha? Alpha is fraction. Car fraction. It is a fraction of the total concentration that is going to get dissociated. So out of C, jodi C alpha dissociate hoise, then accordingly as the ratio is 1:1:1, so this will be also C alpha, this will be also C alpha. See whether this part you have understood or not. Is it clear to you or not?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. Here, alpha is degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation. মই এটা simple example দিও তেতিয়া হলে বুজি পাবা. Suppose তুমি বজাৰত ওলাইছা অকমান পইচা লৈ and তোমাৰ পকেটত আছে say ₹500. ₹500. এই ₹500 পৰা তুমি 25% খৰচ কৰিছা. তো বাকি তোমাৰ পকেটত ৰৈ যাব কিমান? 500 minus 25% of 500 ৰৈ যাব না নাই?
Yes, sir.
Okay. তো এইখিনি থাকি গল. তো ঠিক তেনেকুৱাকে when you started off the reaction with concentration of C, out of C, some fraction or some percentage of the amount you have used up, you have obviously spent, তুমি খৰচ কৰিছা. তো যিখিনি বস্তু কিনিবা এইটো তাৰ ওপৰত ডিপেন্ড কৰিব নে তাৰ ওপৰত ডিপেন্ড কৰিব? তুমি যিখিনি বস্তু কিনিবা এইটো 500 এর উপৰত ডিপেন্ড কৰিব নে 25% of 500 এর উপৰত ডিপেন্ড কৰিব? তোমাৰ হাতত 500 টকা আছিলে, out of which you have spent 25% of ₹500. তো তুমি যিখিনি বস্তু কিনিছা এটো কিহৰ ওপৰত ডিপেন্ড কৰিব? Will it depend upon ₹500 or will it depend upon 25% of ₹500?
25% of ₹500?
25%, কাৰণ এইখিনিহে তুমি খৰচ কৰিছা. তো যিখিনি বস্তু কিনিছা সেইটো অৰিজিনাল এমাউন্টৰ ওপৰত ডিপেন্ড নকৰে, তুমি কিমানখিনি খৰচ কৰিছা সেইটোৰ ওপৰতহে ডিপেন্ড কৰিব. গতিকে C alpha যদি খৰচ হৈছে, তো exactly C alpha and C alpha will be produced as far as the product is concerned. Clear or not? বুজি পাইছা?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here alpha is called degree of dissociation. তার মানে the fraction of molecules that are getting dissociated. Total concentration at equilibrium কিমান হ'ব c minus c alpha plus c alpha plus c alpha. So c into 1 plus alpha. This will be the total concentration at equilibrium. গটিকে আমি এতিয়া Kc expression to ওলাই লওঁ. So Kc expression will be third bracket of PCl3 into third bracket of Cl2 divided by third bracket of PCl5, which will come out to be C alpha into C alpha divided by C into 1 minus alpha. C আৰু C cancel হৈ যাব and you are going to get C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. So this is the expression of Kc. আগৰ কেইটাত মনত আছে নে আমি divided by volume কৰিছিলো last class of? Do you remember? We used to
Yes, sir.
divide it by volume. কিন্তু ইয়াত আমি volume এৰে কেলে divide কৰা নাই? Because directly আমি এইটো concentration terms লৈছো. যদি আমি number of moles হিসাবে ললো হেতেন, then I would have divided by volume. Depend কৰে তুমি কি হিসাবে লৈছা? তুমি concentration হিসাবে লৈছা নে number of moles হিসাবে লৈছা? So here I have directly taken in terms of concentration. So concentration হিসাবে ললে you need not divide it by V. Clear?
Yes, sir.
তো কেইটামান কোৱেশ্চনত যদি নাম্বাৰ অফ মোলস দিয়া থাকে তেতিয়া নাম্বাৰ অফ মোলস লৈ কৰিবা and you have to divide it by volume. ইয়াত নালাগে কাৰণ I have assumed C as the initial concentration of PCl5. আচ্ছা Kp কেনেকে ক্যালকুলেট কৰিছিলো? How did we calculate Kp? We used to add up the number of moles at equilibrium and then we used to calculate the mole fraction. নহয় জানো? Mole fraction into total pressure কৰি আমি Kp expression টো ওলাইছিলো গুটেগেটাৰ মনত পৰিছে?
Yes, sir.
ওকে তো ইয়াতে তোমার Kp expression টো কি হ'ব? Kp expression will be partial pressure of PCl3 into partial pressure of Cl2 divided by partial pressure of PCl5. তো partial pressure of PCl3 টো কি হয়? Mole fraction. ইয়াত আমি mole fraction টো নলওঁ, আমি concentration fraction লওঁ, which is C alpha divided by total number of moles, C into 1 plus alpha, আকৌ into pressure, total pressure, আমি P বুলি ধৰিছো। এইটো হ'ল partial pressure of PCl3 অকল। Partial pressure of Cl2 ও same হ'ব, C alpha divided by C into 1 plus alpha multiplied with total pressure divided by partial pressure of PCl5 ত আমি কি লিখিম? C into 1 minus alpha by C into 1 plus alpha into total pressure. তো গোটেইখিনিত তোমাৰ C টো নাথাকে, C will mutually get cancelled. The whole of C is going to get cancelled. So ultimately Kp will come out to be এটা Pu cancel হৈ যাব. So it will come out to be alpha square P by 1 minus alpha into 1 plus alpha. Sasun ঠিকে আছে নে? Can we write it? কিবা doubt যদি আছে সুধিবা। Just see whether we can write it or not.
Yes, sir. Can write it.
We can write now. So ultimately we find one thing interesting, that the Kp is independent of the initial concentration. So it was an important fraction, important result. Yat Kp kintu initial concentration or upor depend no kore. Initial concentration nai a Kp expression of. So hence we can write Kp is independent of initial concentration. তার মানে আরম্ভণিত তুমি জিএ কনসেন্ট্রেশন লোয়া কেপি তার উপর ডিপেন্ড নকরে। কেপি কার উপর ডিপেন্ড করি আছে? কেপি ডিপেন্ড করি আছে টোটাল প্রেসার অফ দ্য মিক্সচার আর ডিগ্রি অফ ডিসোসিয়েশনের উপর ডিপেন্ড করিছে, বাকি কারোর উপর ডিপেন্ড করে না। So hence we see that the reactions which involve dissociation have degree of dissociation associated with them. Is it understood? Just see.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we are going to discuss some questions based on the equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant or upor ami ketaman question discuss koru so that the topic is much clearer to you. Now we learn how to write down the expression of Kc and Kp, how to derive the expression of Kp and Kc. लिखा question এটা लिखा। What is the Kc for the following equilibrium when the equilibrium concentration of each substance is third bracket SO2 equal to 0.60 molar, third bracket O2 0.82 molar, third bracket SO3 1.90 molar. Equation to दिया আছে twice SO2 gas plus O2 gas reversible twice SO3 gas. So what is the Kc for the following equilibrium? The equilibrium reaction is this, and you are given the equilibrium concentrations. Very easy question. So how will you proceed? So for this equilibrium, what is the Kc expression? Third bracket SO3 whole square divided by third bracket SO2 whole square into third bracket O2. So put in the values and get me the answer. The rest is calculation. Put in the values and tell me what is the answer coming out. Got it? Anyone? Try it out and tell me.
Sir,
Hmm.
149.134.
1
49.134.
মিলা নাই দেখোন স্কয়াৰ বিলাক কৰিছা ভালকে মমি কিমান পাইছা 1.9 into 1.9 0.6 into 0.6 into 0.82 চোৱাচোন ভালকে
Sir, 12.23.
12.23 আহিব লাগে
12.23?
12.23 আচ্ছা ইউনিট টু কি হ'ব this is concentration square this is concentration cube তাৰ মানে এটা concentration denominator or বেছি আছে so it will be mole inverse molar inverse ठीक है
Yes, sir.
okay so here directly the concentrations at equilibrium are given so we have written in the expression of Kc directly the values. So there is no such complication. Moving on to the next one. The reaction CO gas plus thrice H2 gas, reversible sign, CH4 gas plus H2O gas is at equilibrium at 1300 Kelvin in a 1 liter flask. It also contains (0.30 mole of CO, 0.10 mole of H2, and 0.02 mole of H2O. And an unknown amount of CH4. Determine the concentration of CH4 in the mixture. Determine the concentration of CH4 in the mixture. The equilibrium constant Kc is 3.90. So first write down the question clearly. Tell me after you have written the question.
Written, sir.
লিখা হৈছে আচ্ছা ইয়াত কি কৈছে that a reaction equilibrium আছে total volume of the flask is 1 liter. It contains 0.30 mole of CO, 0.10 mole of H2, 0.02 molar, itu molar নহব কারণ all are at moles, so capital M নহয়, 0.02 mole of H2O and an unknown amount of methane. Methane to জানা নাই আমার কিমান You have to calculate the concentration of methane, and what you are given is the equilibrium constant. So how will you proceed? Equilibrium constant or expression to ki hobo? Kc is equal to third bracket CH4 into third bracket H2O divided by third bracket CO into third bracket H2 cube. तो Kc value to दिया আছে আৰু গোটেই গিটাৰ except CH4 is given. So CH4 আমি x বুলি ধৰি লও. Why we are dividing by 1?
So it is in a 1 liter flux.
Because volume is given and these are number of moles. So water is 0.02 by 1. এনে divided by 1 নকৰিলেও হয় কিন্তু ইয়াত যদি 1 নাথাকিলে হয় then it would have been important. The difference would have come. CO কিমান দিছে 0.30 and H2 দিছে তোমাৰ 0.10. So ultimately it comes out to be x into 0.02 so get me the value of x. How much will it come? See, हो गया? Can I proceed? कितना आया आंसर? So x will be
5.85
5.85 অকল না আৰু কিবা আছে লগত?
moles. Sorry, molarity.
0.0585.
0.0585. আর যদি তুমি লিখা 5.85, so I think along with it, it is 10 to the power minus 2. Isn't it, Priyanuj?
Yes, sir. I have written it. I forgot to tell.
10 to the power minus 2 থাকিব যদি 5.85 দিয়া, otherwise it is 0.0585. হৈছে? All of you have written? Moving on to the next. At 450 Kelvin, Kp is equal to 2.0 into 10 to the power 10 bar inverse for the reaction at equilibrium twice SO2 gas plus O2 gas reversible twice SO3 gas. What is Kc at this temperature? What is Kc at this temperature? So this is a question related to relation between Kp and Kc. What is the relation between Kp and Kc? We know that Kp is equal to Kc into RT to the power delta Ng. And for this reaction, delta Ng is equal to 2 minus of 2 plus 1, which is minus 1. So therefore, Kp will be Kc into RT to the power minus 1. Now you put in the values. So this is nothing but Kc by RT. What you are asked to calculate is Kc. Implies Kc will be equal to Kp into R into T. Kp is 2 into 10 to the power 10. R value depend koribo pressure or unit ki. Kp unit tumi jodi swa, it has a bar. So bar jehetu use hoise, R value hobo 0.083. And temperature is 450 Kelvin or thakibo. So get me the value of Kc.
Sir, in bar that you have taken that value of R to be 0.083.
Yes, and had it been in atmosphere, the value would have been 0.0821.
Okay, sir.
R value to states of matter chapter paba. It has various values 0.0821 if the unit is liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. It is 0.083 if it is liter bar per Kelvin per mole. It is 8.314 if it is joules per Kelvin per mole.
So is it 7.47 into 10 to the power 11?
7.479 into 10 to the power 11. Unit will be molar inverse because the unit of Kp is bar inverse. The unit of Kc will be moles per liter inverse or capital M inverse, any one of the two. Aisha, can I proceed? Any portion which is not clear, please ask me. I hope it is understood. Can I proceed further? Momi, buji paisa?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So R value lo jodi confusion hoise core pra ahile, so you'll have to memorize the value of R. Move on to the next one. At a certain temperature, at a certain temperature, and total pressure of 10 to the power 5 Pascal iodine vapor contains 40% by volume of iodine atoms. Equation is I2 gas, reversible, twice I gas. Calculate Kp for the equilibrium. Calculate Kp for the equilibrium. Total pressure is given to be 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Iodine vapor contains 40% by volume of iodine atoms. So 40% যদি iodine atoms consist করে তার মানে 60% they will consist of iodine I2. Okay, so we can say that partial pressure যেহেতু partial pressure এর উপর depend করব, we can write P of I square divided by P of I2. This is the expression. So how much is the total pressure? Total pressure is 10 to the power 5 Pascal. And how much is the volume fraction? You have to mole fraction no hai, but volume fraction can be written. So this one is 40%. So 40% mane 40 by 100 of total pressure whole square divided by A2 jodi 40% hoy baki khini 60% hobo. So this will be 60 by 100 of total pressure. Rest is calculation. Tell me how much is it coming out to be? কিমান আহিব?
So 6.67 into 10 to the power 12.
6.67 মিলা নাই দেখোন, ভালকে চোৱাচোন। 40 by 100 is 0.4 না, 0.4 square into 10 to the power 5 whole square. এইটো আকৌ 0.6 into 10 to the power 5. এইটো cancel হল, it is 0.4 into 0.4 divided by 0.6 into 10 to the power 5.
Six का उल्लेख लिखो।
2.67 নেকি into 10 to the power 4.
Yes, sir.
2.67 into 10 to the power 4. ঠিক আছে?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
আৰু ওপৰত তোমাৰ দুটা প্ৰেছাৰৰ টাৰ্ম আছে, তলত এটা, সো এজ এ হোল এটাই থাকিব, গতিকে ইউনিট উইল বি পাস্কেল। ক্লিয়াৰ? কোৱেশ্চনটো বুজি পাইছা নে নাই সৰ? So there are only two types of vapors. One is iodine atom vapor, the other is iodine molecule vapor. So যদি percentage of iodine atom vapor 40 হয়, তেতিয়া বাকিখিনি iodine molecule vapor হ'ব। And instead of writing the mole fraction, we have taken volume fraction because number of moles and volume are proportional to each other. ঠিক আছে? Can I proceed further?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Moving on to the next one. লিখা one mole of H2O and 1 mole of CO are taken in 10-liter vessel. And heated to 725 Kelvin. At equilibrium, %40 of water by mass reacts with 725 CO according to the equation H2O gas plus CO gas H2 gas plus CO2 gas. Calculate the equilibrium constant for the reaction. So how will you try to proceed? You are given 1 mole of water and 1 mole of CO, and they are taken in 10-liter vessel and heated to this. At equilibrium, 40% of water by mass reacts with CO, and you are also given the equation. And what you are asked is you have to calculate the equilibrium constant. Now, nowhere you have pressure term, it means Kc is asked. So what you are supposed to do? We are going to write H2O gas plus CO gas, reversible sign, H2 gas plus CO2 gas. At T equal to 0, when the reaction did not start, water was 1 mole, CO was 1 mole, and initially there was no product. At T equilibrium, 40% of water, mane 1 mole or 40%, kiman 0.4. So jodi water 0.4 mole react kore, carbon dioxide 0.4 e react koribo. Why? Because the molar ratio is 1:1, and the products that will be produced will also be 0.4 mole. See whether this step is clear or not. 1:1:1:1. ইয়াৰ পৰা যদি 0.4 মানে 40% react কৰে, ইয়াৰ পৰাও 40% react কৰিব, and the products formed will be 40% only. So accordingly, আমি যদি Kc expressionত বহাই দিও, এটো তোমাৰ কিবা এটা this is CO. So put in the values 0.4 into 0.4 divided by 0.6 into 0.6. কিমান হয় চাই লোৱা। কিমান আহিব
0.44
0.44 ঠিক আছে will there be any unit থাকিব না কিবা কেসিৰ
না থাকে
না থাকে because concentration terms above and below are equal
Sir,
what
ইয়াত যে sir 0.4 mol minus কৰিলো sir আকৌ এবাৰ ক'ব পাৰিব নেকি 1 minus 0.4
তাৰ মানে it has been said that তুমি 1 mole of water আৰু 1 mole of carbon monoxide লৈ reaction টো আৰম্ভ কৰিছা and কৈছে যে ইকুইলিব্ৰিয়ামত যিমানখিনি water লৈছা তাৰ 40% হে ৰিয়েক্ট কৰিছে তো 1 মোলৰ 40% কিমান হয় 0.4 হয় না নাই what is 40% of 1 mole 40 by 100 into 1 0.4 হয় না নাই তো out of 1 যদি 0.4 খৰচ হৈছে তো exactly out of this one exactly 0.4 a use hobo because the ratio of reacting species is 1:1 or not Priyanuj
yes sir
বুজি পাইছা
yes sir
তো ইয়াৰ পৰা যদি 0.4 গৈছে ইয়াৰ পৰাও 0.4 যাব আৰু এইখিনিটো 0.4 আৰু 0.4 প্ৰডিউস হ'ব
yes sir
clear
yes sir now understood
okay
Sir,
what
sir, ইয়াতে ভলিউমটো ল'ব নালাগে নেকি?
ভলিউমটো ললেতো একে হ'ব কাৰণ যদি তুমি ভলিউমটো লৈছা ভলিউমটো একচুয়ালি ল'ব লাগিছিল মই লোৱা নাই ভলিউমটো কিমান দিছে কোৱেশ্চনত দিছে নেকি কিবা
10 liters.
10 লিটাৰ আচ্ছা 10 লিটাৰ যদি মই ইয়াত বহালো হয় আলটিমেটলি তো ভলিউমটো নাথাকিব ন isn't it
Yes, sir.
actually ল'ব লাগে কাৰণ ইয়াত লাকিলি concentration terms above and below are equal গতিকে ভলিউম টার্মটো মিউচুয়ালি ক্যান্সেল হৈ যাব কিন্তু যদি নহয় সেই কাৰণে ভলিউমটো একচুয়ালি ল'ব লাগে লৈ ল'বা ভলিউমটো কিন্তু ইয়াত নললেও আনসারটো একেটাই আহিব why because above and below the volume is mutually getting cancelled next question a sample of pure PCl5 was introduced into an evacuated vessel at 473 Kelvin. After equilibrium was attained, concentration of PCl5 was found to be 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 1 moles per liter. if the value of Kc is 8.3 into 10 to the power minus 3, what are the concentrations of PCl3 and Cl2 at equilibrium? So what is the equation that you are going to utilize? Sample of pure PCl5 was introduced into evacuated vessel at 473 Kelvin. So আমি PCl5 gas lulu, which will get converted to this. So how will you proceed? Equilibrium আমি নেজানো PCl3 আৰু Cl2 কিমান, কিন্তু আমি জানো যে equilibrium initial concentration দিয়া নাই, directly তোমাৰ equilibrium concentration দিছে. It is 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 1. Let us say that equilibrium concentrations of PCl3 আমি x যদি লও, তেতিয়া Cl2 ও x এ হ'ব, because at equilibrium both being 1:1 ratio, it will always be x. So Kc expression is third bracket PCl3 into third bracket Cl2 divided by third bracket PCl5. Kc value to diya ase, it is 8.3 into 10 to the power minus 3. PCl3 and this one x into x, this is 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 1. So get me the value of x. Whatever be the value of x, that will be the answer to the question. ইয়াত আমি কি পাম, x square equal to 8.3 into 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 4. Eight point three into 0.5. This is 4.15 into 10 to the power minus 4. X will be square root of 4.15 and this will be 10 to the power minus 2. The square root of 4.15 kiman, 2.037 or 2.04. Any part which is not clear, please tell me. Ki ba jodi portion buji poa nai. Yes, is it understood or some confusion is there?
Yes, sir, understood.
Understood, sir.
Understood, na? Oh. I think we can proceed to the next one. A sample of HI is placed in flask at a pressure of 0.2 atm. At equilibrium, the partial pressure of HI is 0.04 atm. What is the Kp for the given equilibrium? What is the Kp for the given equilibrium? Equilibrium is twice HI gas plus H2 gas, twice HI gas, reversible H2 gas plus I2 gas. Okay, so question মতে কি দিয়া আছে? আৰম্ভণিত HI দিছা, যাৰ ইনিশিয়াল প্ৰেসাৰ 0.2 atm আছে। ইকুইলিব্ৰিয়ামত partial pressure of HI 0.04 লৈকে কমিছে। What you are asked to find out is what is the Kp for the given equilibrium. How will you proceed? You have twice HI gas, reversible H2 gas plus I2 gas. ৰিয়াকশ্যনৰ আৰম্ভণিত এটো আসলে 0.2 atm, এইকেইটা তো নীল আছিল। ইকুইলিব্ৰিয়ামত এটো কমি হৈছে 0.04 atm। তো 0.04 atm যদি ফাইনালি গৈ কমিছে, তার মানে কিমানখিনি কমিব, that can be calculated using 0.2 আসিলে minus of x equal to 0.04 হইছে না। তো 0.02 minus of x atm is actually equal to 0.04. আচ্ছা, এতিয়া কোৱাচোন যদি ইয়াৰ পৰা x কমিছে তেতিয়া H2 আৰু I2 কিমান প্ৰডিউস হ'ব?
X.
এইটো 2 moles আৰু এইকেইটা হ'ল 1 মোল
X/2
তো ইয়াৰ পৰা যদি x কমিছে ইয়াত ফৰ্ম হ'ব x/2 বুজি পালা না নাই Is it clear why it is x/2 what is the ratio 2:1:1 নহয় জানো তো HI যিমান কমিব হাইড্ৰোজেন আৰু আয়োডিন তাৰ আধাকে বাঢ়িব তো if x is getting decreased so will it not be x/2 and x/2 yes or no
Yes, sir.
So you have to go always according to the molar ratio ইয়াত যদি a2 1 হলেহেঁতেন and these are also 1 and 1 তেতিয়া problem নাই a2 x হলে both of them will be x and x কিন্তু ইয়াত যেহেতু 2:1:1 হৈছে মানে it is decreasing to half so kp expression will be partial pressure of h2 into partial pressure of I2 divided by partial pressure of HI square. These are directly partial pressures. They are not moles. I'll be writing x/2 into x/2 divided by 0.2 minus of x whole square. Now, according to the question, this equilibrium pressure of HI is 0.04. So since 0.2 minus of x is 0.04, then of course x will be 0.2 minus 0.04, which is 0.16, isn't it? Question mote, what is the equilibrium partial pressure of HI? It is 0.04. And expression mote, it is 0.2 minus of x. Mane 0.2 minus of x is equal to 0.04. So you will get the value of x. After you get the value of x, you put it here. 0.16/2 into 0.16/2 by etu kiman hobo 0.04 whole square. Solve it and tell me what is the answer coming up. কিমান আহিব চোৱাচোন So Kp will be equal to 0.08 into 0.08 divided by 0.04 into 0.04. ठीक है ऐसा ना? Is it coming out to be 4? Just see.
Yes, sir. 4.
Okay. ঠিক আছে বুঝি পাইছা নে have you understood the questions okay তো এই ধরনের question সুধিব পাৰে from equilibrium so you should be aware of such type of questions based on whether it is kp asked or kc asked accordingly you have to find it out so next day we'll continue with another very important principle associated with equilibrium that is Le-Chatelier's principle. Okay, so Le-Chatelier's principle has to be very much clear to you because it will be required both in 11 and 12 and even after you go to medical or engineering, the Le-Chatelier's principle will be required. So next we will continue further. Bye bye. Take care all of you. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night.